Hey, Loco sports fans, what do you say to that new intro that was whipped up just moments before the show? Uh, I've been meaning to do that for ages. I was sitting here, I had 15 minutes to twiddle my thumbs, and I was like, "Hey, let's get some
Whipped
music."
up with
Let's
extra
make
butter.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
had we had alternates. We had options, but you guys voted for the crunchy guitar, so there it is. Maybe we'll roll out some other options over the coming weeks and let people weigh in on which one they like the best. But crunchy guitars it was tonight. So Monday night edition, you might notice Wes Kerr is absent. He's got family in town, so he's taking the night off tonight to hang out with them, and we never begrudge
Love it.
anyone that.
No,
And
love it.
but we are family too, so we are hanging out with family as well, and we're welcoming all of you to hang out with us tonight on a busy Monday night on the national sports scene. We got two Monday night football games. We had two Major League Baseball games. One of them already in the books. Seattle in command in the American League.
I love it.
And we got a Donnybrook going between the Dodgers and Brewers game one. I think that's going to be a great series. Your Falcons, Maxi Araj, are
Oh yeah.
on fire in the first half against the Bills.
Woo!
And
Sure are.
Jaden Daniels has gotten up off the canvas and pulled Washington within 13-7 against the Bears. So
I
we'll
I
be,
tell you
we'll be
what, I
paying
just
attention to all
want
that.
Josh Allen to do a little bit. I certainly want Atlanta to win as well, but I want Josh Allen to do a little bit more just to give my fantasy team a fighting chance to win this week.
Right.
Nah,
A
nah.
tough
Screw
go of
Josh
it for the
Allen tonight,
fantasy
man.
team.
I've
Oof.
got
Screw
Yeah,
a
Josh
tough
Allen.
parlay
one.
I'm
going
okay
with
with
him,
how
and
it's going
now
tonight.
I've realized I didn't bring my phone to the table. I got so
The
busy
funniest
with
thing is,
my
the funniest
editing.
thing is, I've told people before, like when this Falcons team plays its best game, they are very tough to beat on both sides of the ball. That defense has been outstanding this year, and when
Yeah,
the
they have.
offense is good, they got weapons. When the offense is playing, on all cylinders, firing on all cylinders, this team is dangerous. I mean, don't look at their record. Obviously, they had that absolutely disastrous game against the Carolina Panthers, but
Yeah.
really since
Worst game
then,
of the year.
they've been really solid. And one of the things that they've changed since that Panthers game was bringing I'm drawing a blank on his name, the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. He was sitting up in the booth. He's now coaching on the sidelines, which makes it, I think, a little bit easier for them to get plays across to the quarterback and so on and so forth. And I think that's
I
one
believe
of the
that's
things.
Zach Taylor you're thinking of.
Yes, thank you. And they've changed a few things, and it's really been working for them. They've been on
Yeah.
a really good tear lately. I mean, you beat the Washington Commanders in what was a great game between those two teams, and then you're now sitting 21-7 in halftime against one of the top teams in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills.
Gotta love it. Absolutely. And they have a short week coming up. They take on the San Francisco 49ers on the road on Sunday Night Football with Mike Tirico and Chris Collinsworth calling it next week. It's going to be mighty interesting to see what
I
Atlanta
love the
can
Falcons
continue to
red
do.
helmets, by the way. They should bring
Yeah,
those back
the
Oh,
full
they're the best.
the
time.
unis
They're the
are
best.
Such a
very
good
cool.
look. So nice. They're back out there, by the way, for the second half. So,
They are.
yeah,
Yay!
we got a lot going on our periphery that we're checking out. But of course, our bread and butter is baked on Fridays, and so we'll
Yes.
be going through
Yes.
the week 7 highlights, and I've got a bunch of them queued up, like 17 minutes worth of highlights from various sources, mostly Huddle, but a good bit from your WHHI game of the week. So we'll get
Yeah.
to
Tell
really
you
get into
what.
the nuts and bolts of JP2 and Hilton Head Prep. It was a battle and a well played game. I mean, really
Really
good
close.
defensive football. We'll see a lot of highlights from that. Kevin Libby hoping to pop in with us in a bit as well with West Sideline tonight. So
Awesome.
we got to keep it lively, and Kevin Libby always brings
Oh, he keeps it
an element.
lively. He always
He's a
brings it.
great wild card. He brings an element of surprise to the proceedings.
Oh,
So
yes.
we'll look forward to that. He had some
Wild card
great
might be an
moments on the
understatement.
broadcast the other night. I did go back and watch Jeff's cookie review. 9 out of
That was
10
something. 9
on
out
the
of
Hilton
10.
Head Prep
And
cookies.
I
That's
did not have a
I
chance to
love.
go and get one of those cookies after the game because I had dinner plans, which ended up being at Char Bar after the game with
Yeah.
my great friends Mike and
Oh.
Sarah Trishita.
Tell me you
But
got those sweet potato tots.
we actually got there. So the Funky Bunch and I got there, and the sweet potato tots, French fries, the other
The
set of
burgers are
French fries
exceptional.
with the
Those
truffle,
sweet potato
whatever,
tots are just
and regular tots were there. So it was all
nice.
potato all the time. And then I
Big
got
Charbot fan.
the potato chips with my burger, which was pretty off the hook. Yeah, it was
Yeah, that's a good
good
place,
stuff.
man. That's some good
I
Love
was-
food.
the cheesy.
And I tell you what, the Fat Babies is delivering with my double dogs this year
Oh.
before the game, and
Oh,
my the great chips that they have, and yeah, I was
those chips are
I was
busting.
feeling it after
Those chips are
after
so
the
good.
game.
Those
They are
chips are
So good.
busting,
rock
man.
star.
So good. All right. Well, that's enough about that.
That's our food segment for the show, brought to you
Yeah,
by
Jeff Riley reviews is what America needs. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed,
right.
Jeff Riley. The Patriots are on fire. Drake May appears to
Tell
be
you what.
very legit.
Yeah.
What a difference leadership makes. I mean, Jeff Vrabel
Honestly.
or Mike Vrabel, rather.
Mike.
Jeff Vrabel is an old coworker of mine at the Island Packet. But Mike Vrabel doing a great job there, and that team's rising up. We got your interview queued up, Jeff. Don't you worry. It's part of our highlight package. And yes, we'll see you back at the Ville tomorrow. Fall break is over. Best podcast in the Low Country. I don't know how much competition there is, but certainly the best sports podcast in the Low Country.
Oh yeah, no one can beat us.
I'll definitely
baby.
go that far.
No one can beat us, baby.
Well, there's probably somebody coming up on us.
Nah, no one's beating us.
There's probably somebody we don't even know about who's doing like a really badass podcast. Actually, I think there might be like a dude who does a really cool college baseball podcast from here in Bluffton. You'd be surprised. I bet there are some pretty legit podcasts.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
But ours is the most random.
They're a bunch.
Yeah, so while you guys were out at Hilton Head Prep the other night, you heard about state championship with the girls tennis team.
Yeah, how about it?
Title. And then over the weekend, Hilton Head Prep boys and girls swim teams took the state titles in the Skeeza State Swim Meet. So
very nice,
hugely successful, and a runner-up finish for the golf team. So just a
that's what I was going to say. Kevin interviewed the golf team
fall season for Hilton Head Prep. So we focus a lot on football, and you go, man, Hilton Head Prep's they're really down, blah blah blah, where they used to be. Well, no, they've just shifted their focus as a school, and recognized that with the limited population their school will always have, naturally that they can't be competitive in football, not anymore, not with what it takes now, or at least on at least on the level that they used to be. But they are definitely building back. What they're doing right now, they're doing with a different kind of kids who are there for other things, and happen to be developing into pretty good football players. And I think you're right, though. I think it's coming back. I think it's definitely on the right track, and we'll get into that more. But I was saying that just to say that if football's all your view of Hilton Head Prep athletics is, you're missing the boat, because it was a incredible fall season for them with 3 state championships and a runner-up finish.
Not just missing the boat, you're missing the ocean, because they've got still tremendous basketball, they've got tremendous baseball, tremendous
soccer,
other fall sports.
Girls soccer is phenomenal.
My gosh.
So yeah, they've focused their efforts. Yeah, definitely coming up with Lucas O'Grady at the helm over there, doing great things. So shout out to Hilton Head Prep. We're going to try to get somebody booked from those state championship teams this week if we're able to. I have not had a chance to try to track somebody down, but we'd love to get somebody to come on and celebrate those state championships with us. But shout out to our presenting sponsors, our all-star sponsors, Mickelson Law Firm, our OG, been with us since the beginning, our official real estate closing attorney and presenting sponsor of our Hilton Head Christian Academy coverage, but they can help you with all your legal needs right in downtown Bluffton. Mickelson Law Firm, and WHHI TV. Marcus Walsh, our fearless representative, who toes the line, or straddles the line. He's moonlighting all the time. We appreciate you, man, and we appreciate you all as our partners in local sports coverage. You guys do a tremendous job on the Friday night games. It's come so far. You know, in the years
I'm a
that I've
long
been
way
here.
since I joined
Uh,
in
I mean,
2013.
it's true of all of us. You go back and look at your
Yeah,
old
right.
stuff, and you're like, "Whoo,
Wow.
man, we were
Oof.
proud of that." Yikes! But it's a testament
Yeah.
to to the continued work that you guys do to try to improve it year after year. And Kevin is just amazing on the sideline interviews. I
I
can't wait to
I have to,
get him in here.
and Daniel made a really good point, and this isn't a slight on Kev at all. You know, you guys know he's one of my best friends, and he's been doing it a long time as I have. But certainly, we gave Forrest Tucker a shout out. Forrest was missing from our crew on Friday, and there
Right.
could be some other news that we bring to light soon. But the hope is that he's able to rejoin us at least to do the pregame stuff. Whether he's going to be doing sideline or not, we're not exactly sure of at the moment.
Mhm.
But we're hoping these final two games he can do our pregame show for sure. And what Forrest has done and what he has introduced, I mean, I could even go out and do that stuff. I would have to do it with a camera person, whether it's the
Right.
Funky Bunch or Joe Keith or you, Max, or Kevin or whomever else. I can't MMJ it by myself. I've tried; it just doesn't work for me. That's just me. But he
Do you know how much
introduced
it warms my
that
heart when
that
you call her
go of
the
it.
Funky Bunch?
Hey, you! I mean, it's
There's
it's
nothing
the
I love
thing.
more than coming up with a
That's
crazy
what she
nickname and getting
is.
it to stick. I love it.
Hey, I mean, we're we're like two peas in a pod. I've said seriously about Samantha. She's the best friend, obviously, that I didn't know I needed, which is essentially the female version of myself in a lot
Yep,
of
yep,
ways.
yep.
And you know, you all know the
Ride or
story
die.
from
Ride or die.
where we were to where we are now. And yeah, she's honestly the best. She's amazing. We drive each other crazy like a couple that has been together for a few years has and will continue to, but she's the absolute best. I love her to death.
Great job, buddy. You handled
And
that with aplomb. But
and
yeah,
I tell you
Forrest
what,
has been
Franny
tremendous.
was saying the same thing. We saw Franny Gerthofer at the station today, and I was of course at the desk, and she was like, he can't even like talk straight or think straight. He's so in love with you right now. I'm like, Franny,
Yeah,
it's
man.
true.
The wedding bells are on the horizon for you
Yes,
two.
indeed.
Congrats, you two. Young love. Jake Parkey, he wants to know what's our biggest surprise on both sides of the ball for Bluffton and Hilton Head this year.
Oh, great
Uh,
question.
all
Hmm.
right. We can ponder on that for a minute. Let's see. Hilton, let me start with Hilton Head. On offense, there's not a lot surprising there. I mean, they're doing what we
I mean,
expect them to do. I think just Raniszewski's maturity and
yeah,
poise, and I think
Yeah.
that's what has stood out to me. I mean, we knew what they had with the run game was Zarnecki and with Risher coming over. Jeremiah Walters would be another one. I
What a
think
what a
we knew the
stud.
kind of athlete he was. BJ Payne said, the other night that he felt like he was the best receiver on the field against Bluffton, which is high praise. But he's got that kind of skill set. So
yeah.
I think just how it has, I guess the biggest surprise, honestly, would be the offensive line being as good as
I
it
was
is, because they
about to
did
say that,
lose
man.
a
I
couple big
I'm
tanks,
thinking
and
you're
Brandon
right. Yeah.
Wilder was really a monster, but they have picked up right where they left off. So I guess
Yeah.
that would be what I'd say on offense is the biggest
I would
surprise.
agree with that because their front seven the last couple of years has still been really good.
Right.
They're just a really well-oiled machine, and as we talked about last week with BJ, that team has transformed the last couple of years. They had some lean years not that long ago, but they are definitely in the mix. On the Bluffton side of things, again, to me, not that many surprises, but if I had to pick one, I would say the defense is even a little bit better than I was expecting. They are really sticking with teams for the most part and making some big plays and big time moments, containing some really good athletes on the other side of the ball. I'm really impressed with that defense, and I'm glad I get to see them one more time against May River in what should be a great Bluffton Bowl at the end of the month on the 30th of October, not Halloween, as
Right.
I probably will end up. I mean, it could go one of two ways. I think I'll moonlight either at Beaufort Hilton Head or at Beaufort Academy THA to take a look at THA. Not really sure yet where
It's a
I'm
good
going to
entry
end up.
class.
Thinking though Beaufort Hilton Head, and we'll see what happens with the playoffs. But still have a couple of weeks to decide that.
10-4, 10-4. Yeah, Bluffton surprises from Bluffton. Not really. I mean, they kind of are who we thought they were.
Yeah.
Holly getting hurt early kind of threw a wrench in things a little bit. They had
Tell you
to
what though, he
be a
looked
little
he
more
looked
pass
sharp
heavy.
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So I guess if anything surprising is just how pass heavy they've had to be. They haven't been able to run it as much through up to this point as they'd probably like to, but we'll see more of that. I guess McCarthy's, what he's doing with his legs is a little bit of
Oh,
a surprise.
that's definitely a surprise for me.
Not like not
Absolutely.
mind blowing to me, but he's taking what's there. He's looking kind of Josh Allen-esque, not that big,
Yeah.
but
Right.
floating around. Jackson Dart, maybe more like Jackson Dart.
Yeah, I
Um,
would say more so
better
that way.
comp. But on defense, I was a little surprised at the start to see how much they were playing guys both ways in the secondary. I haven't like kept tabs on snap counts or anything. I don't know how much that's going on at this stage, but that's not a good thing to have in your back pocket because when you get to the playoffs, you put your best 11 out there. Every play that they're available, and those guys having game reps is important. I think it's just as important as your depth players having game reps, right? It's depth either way. If they're ones on offense and twos on defense, and you're getting them game reps on defense, that's good.
I think for me,
So I don't know. Nothing's terribly surprising about Bluffton. I think
I
they're
think for
right
me
about where we thought
the
they'd be.
I think for me, one of the unsung heroes on that defense, especially in the secondary, has been Lucas Gates this season.
Oh yeah.
And he's been
Oh man,
absolutely really solid player.
dude.
And
Well, he's been the utility knife. He's whatever they need him to be. They can plug him
absolutely.
in, a receiver, a running back. He'll throw a pass every now and then. He's just really developed into a really solid little football player.
Yeah, absolutely. And I watched him in that game we had on WHHI versus Beaufort, and I just watched him. I said he can stretch out across the field and do it really well.
Yeah,
I mean, he can be everywhere, all at the same time, and it's hard to throw against someone like Lucas Gates because he's just really good at being able to either take the ball out of someone else's hands, he's just a really
Quick.
solid all around athlete. I mean, he's just been really great on both sides of the ball.
He sees the game really well. He obviously, if you can play a lot of different positions, that means you're a student in the game. You're understanding the what and the why. You're not just doing what you're
Right.
told, So you can see that he's learned the game. He's the kind of guy you got to have to be successful. Really, you got to have some of those guys that just get more out of themselves than their physical attributes should dictate. And he's one of those guys. To circle back, I don't think we really addressed the surprise on Hilton Head's defense, but I think it would be the secondary. We knew what they had. You mentioned, Marcus, we knew what they had in the front seven. Secondary was a little bit of a question, especially like how would they hold up against a team like Bluffton, but they held their own exceptionally well. They shut down the top two for the most part, the big two. And, I think one of the reasons is that Lewis Gadsden came over from Hardyville, and he's a shutdown corner on one side.
He's
You
made
can
some
put
big
him on
plays.
one guy, and he's going to make that guy's life miserable all night. He'll get a few catches, but he's not getting anything big, and he's going to feel it every time he catches the ball. And so, bringing him in and then bringing in Risher, who's like that kind of outside linebacker, roll down safety type guy that allows him to move somebody else back into the secondary. That really solidified that secondary, and now they look very good. I'm excited for this May River Hilton Head game on Friday. Going to be good.
It'll be very good.
Yeah, Warren and Gates pretty much going both ways all year. Man, Jeff has given out 10 out of 10 reviews right and left over here. check the comments for Jeff's reviews. It's easy to get a 10 out of 10, it seems, but we've all been honored with such rankings. All right, let's get to our Loco film session. You guys have been waiting for it. Here we go. Starting with your HHI game of the week, Hilton Head Prep and
Independent
JP2,
Bowl.
Homecoming, Independent Bowl. Wyatt Harmer and the Dolphins on Homecoming. And defenses dominated early. Andrew Boyden.
I tell you what,
Awesome.
Boyden was a dude on both sides of the ball for JP2. Made some big plays there.
Alan Wolf.
Really
and
impressed
Sean
with that.
Phelan.
And Thalen as
Secures
well.
the rebound.
we legitimately had a three-headed race. As you take a look at another big play on the sideline there, we literally had a three-headed race of Wolf, Thalen, and
huge pick there by Brody
and
Houser.
Inhabitant as our players of the game. We decided to go with Wolf, but could have went either way. And Brody Houser was a huge game too.
And there's a nice pickup by Merrick Baroni, who continues to impress me with. I check the box score every week, and the dude's doing everything. He's running the ball, he's catching the ball, he's kicking the ball, he's doing it all. And he came up with a pick in this game as well. But Hilton Head Prep's defense, the goal line defense, was tremendous. They shut down Boyden there. They stuff him again on the goal line. Paulie Smith, I know, is one of the guys in there doing work. That was
made a couple of big plays, absolutely.
Davis Cargill going both ways. Just a lot of Iron Man football being played on that Hilton Head Prep team, going both ways. Jaden Inhabitant, he got over 100 yards.
He got hurt. He got hurt, I think, at some point in the game. He was kind of limping around, and it was pretty obvious that he was limping around.
I noticed that. I noticed him kind of come out of the pile limping at one point. But hard to say that happens. You get rolled up on in the pile and gotta go a little tape on it.
Yeah, this kind of game was your granddaddy's type of football. Just
but Alan Wolf finally cracked the code. Nice little bootleg there. Faked the handoff. Went around the outside, but Prep going deep. And I heard your commentary on this, Marcus, and I agree. That should have been pass interference.
Absolutely, it should have. That
player had to play on the ball.
Boggled my mind that wasn't called.
I think just because it wasn't the player
right
who
there
that was an incredible play.
Hell of a catch. That was
just
insane.
A tremendous catch. I'm going to back it up a few seconds and watch that again because it's a crazy play by Wolf just to stay in this play.
It was so funny because from where I was standing with the camera on the sideline, he threw it, and I was like, "Where in God's earth?"
Rolling left.
And then all of a sudden, tight end
got to throw across his body. Just an incredible throw.
The extra lunge
by
Thalen was incredible. And Daniel Court, for the second straight game, did a wonderful job, especially as a former quarterback of Furman University, the Paladins. He did a wonderful job of explaining how difficult it is for a right-handed quarterback
so hard
to go from right to left and throw that way.
Oh, unbelievable.
Huge play by Cargill. That's as excited as I got during the game.
Oh, yeah, you got hype.
With that call.
7, but then Merrick Baroni from 35.
See, and the funniest thing with that weather, I was just like, wow, he was able to kick that one through with ease.
Solid work from Merrick Baroni and JP2's defense with the 4th down stop.
And that was it.
They would take it. And here we go.
Quarterback Alan Wolf from JP2. And Alan is the MVP of today's game. So tell me what play was the best play today?
The best play for me today was in the second half. We were rolling out left, and I threw it to my tight end, Sean Phelan. That was a momentum play. It really got our momentum back on our side to get us going the rest of the game.
Do you have any nicknames? Do your teammates have any nicknames?
I do. This one, well, it doesn't really apply to me much anymore, but the Young Wolf is what my teammates used to call me freshman year. Our quarterback got injured. I got to start and made some plays, and then they started calling me the Young Wolf because it's pretty young for a quarterback.
That's good.
I called him that since he was like
So
9.
what do you think of
Right.
Yeah, Allen is a heck of a leader. He makes plays with his legs and he can make plays with his arm. And he's a guy that our whole school honestly looks up to. I mean, he is the all around, I'll say, American boy because he speaks at school events. He's an ambassador for our school, and then when he comes out here on the football field, he leads our guys down the field and usually does some great things for us.
So what do you see yourself in the future? Do you want to play college football somewhere?
We'll see. If the opportunity comes, I'm sure that I'll probably take that opportunity, but we'll see. I'm not sure yet. With the help of coach, though, he'll help me get there.
And not to mention, this young man is a heck of a track athlete too. So if he doesn't do it in football, I think there's a place for him on the track as well.
All right, congratulations, Alan.
Thanks,
Appreciate
sir.
it. Back to you, JJ.
Good stuff from Jeff Riley. And now back to the highlights. We got May River and Bishop England, and it was a whole lot of Sean Mitchell. He had 178, I believe, on the ground.
What a
couple
great
of
game.
Touchdowns.
What a
This was
fantastic game.
yeah, just a old school SEC slugfest, just battling each other.
Yep.
Not much in the terms of scoring in this one, but Mitchell losing his shoe on that one, getting it down to the 1, and then they'll let him finish it off to the workhorse. Goes the spoils, the slot team, man. It is hard to follow that ball.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Really hard to follow that ball. I can't imagine.
That's what makes it so effective.
You got to tackle everybody. I mean, everybody has to do their assignment. You got to tackle everybody.
Hey, Marcus,
And then
I'm
when
telling
you find the guy with the ball, you got to make sure everybody knows it.
we have this May River team in a few weeks against Bluffton. I can tell you right now, our guy up there for our main camera, our field
Spot it.
camera, Joe, is gonna have.
He's gonna have a blast.
It's
He's gonna have a
be rough.
blast.
Sharks
and
were down on the goal line here. It was fourth down. They're able to get a first down inside the 1 yard line and extend the drive. And then it's Mitchell again.
boom, goodbye.
Going into the end zone.
See, I mean, this
14-0.
May River, the way this May River offense runs, it's so effective. It's just such a different kind of offensive style. You just don't see much of it anymore with that real quick from the huddle to the ball,
Bishop England,
triple
not
option.
done. Coming back, but my man slips on the wet turf, falls down just shy of the marker. They think they're going to have to measure it. Good job of Bufordson with these measurement shots, by the way. I love it. Here we go. Bishop's come up just short. So the Sharks convert a fourth down inside the 1 by inches. Bishop England comes up just short on the fourth down, and that's the difference. May River wins at 14-7. Beaufort at home against Colleton County. Not a lot of offense in this one, but Braden Moyd Smalls, I'm calling him BMS, babies. He goes up top for Kwalik Eisner. Not sure how we pronounce it. But
I go with
Kwalik's my
Isner.
guy. Yeah, I always say Isner as well. I like
Yeah.
Kwalik. He can correct us if he wants to.
There you
Then
go.
it's BMS with the wheels, making some plays. Both defenses played exceptionally, which has kind of been customary. Colleton's defense has been salty. They just haven't been able to keep the ball enough,
Yeah.
and that's a big run from, I believe, Isom breaking that one, Tyleek Isom. And then I can't make out who makes this pick. Maybe you guys can, but going up top, man, we got the pick for the
No
Eagles.
chance
Not a chance.
for
Yeah,
me.
not on huddle.
Here, try to go back. I might be able to.
Not with these 37-year-old eyes.
Too much trouble. And then it's BMS again. Pulls it, takes it. He's electric. There's
Woogie, woogie,
some
woogie.
juice in that kid. And then Tyleek Isom gonna put on the punctuation. 14-0, and that was the final for Beaufort over Colleton. So Beaufort 1-1 in the region. They got Bishop England this week. Should be a tough one, but who knows?
Yep.
Bishop England kind of licking their wounds right now. Hampton County, no wounds to report.
Oh no,
Jalen Singletary ran all over Lake Marion. He had, you ready for this? 297 yards
Woo!
rushing on 13
Good
carries
Lord.
and 3
Wow.
touchdowns. Des
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Mathis, no longer Lil D, he's now Big D. He had 2 rushing touchdowns and a receiving touchdown, and they got some young guys involved, starting to develop that depth for the playoff push. And I love this Hampton team. There goes Jalen again.
God,
Agent
goodbye.
Zero just
Holy crap.
Hello
smoking them
and
fools.
goodbye.
And shout out to the 5 men up
Oh.
front who are making
Unfreaking
massive
touched.
holes.
That was
Just-
untouched.
Massive holes. Nobody touching him. Those guys are road graders up front right now. Another one right here. He's going to have to make a man miss. But
Oh
then,
my goodness.
Oh,
see ya. Agent
Oh,
Zero.
oh
golly.
man.
Great downfield blocking, too. Giving him a nice little pick to make sure he can get in.
As
can't wait
Brad
to see
Nessler
where-
likes to
That's the
say,
stuff.
he's got
Yeah.
great speed.
I can't wait to see where he goes
That's
for the next
Wow.
level. You know, I can't wait to see where he plays at the college level. Because wherever he goes,
Touchdowns
he's going to be a
galore.
special kind of player.
I think this one goes to Housie, the sophomore. I think that was Fripp on the last one, the sophomore, Nigel
Okay.
Fripp. They got youth coming through the pipeline too. But he threw one to Dez and he threw one to the sophomore Jamar Housie. So look out for Hampton County. This was supposed to be one of the more challenging games in the region. Barnwell about the same level. They lost to Lake Marion in a close game. And then Whale Branch, you would think, is about on the same level as those teams as well. So should be all systems go for Hampton the rest of the way. No team stats there. And then we had Hardyville, Kamari Brown, big time game.
Goodbye.
We talked a lot about it. The Canes were down in this game
Ow.
24-8. They scored 39 unanswered. Kamari had 237 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns on 15 carries. Also had 7 tackles, 4 for loss, a sack, a fumble recovery, and blocked a punt. Emiliano Santiago going to put one in the end zone on a that's Kamari. He's a sprinter,
Unfreaking touch.
clearly.
Jeez.
He was the lower state champ in the 200 last year in Class 1A, so he's got some wheels. Got his first offer recently from Harris
Nice.
Stowe in St. Louis.
From where?
Harris Stowe in St. Louis.
St. Louis, yeah.
Yeah, we're excited about that. Hoping there'll be more to come. Pretty impressive week. Ephraim Tinoco came up with a big field goal there just before
Great.
half from 30 yards out. And that got it to 24-11. And then it was all Canes in the second half. I think some of these are out of order. I think we already saw some second half plays. There goes Kamari again. He was doing his
Golly.
thing. yeah, he's running away from those fools. Also, props to that offensive line for creating holes. They've had some tough assignments the last few weeks against some really good defenses, and
Vroom.
kind of gotten beaten down. But
Yeah,
vroom, vroom, guys.
absolutely.
Vroom.
And this one is
Second gear, baby.
This is Tukey. This is the one I was live for.
Tukey.
Fights
Yeah.
off 2 tackles, 3 tackles, 4 tackles into the end zone.
Golly.
Duke will not be denied. Jonathan Green, great kid, by the way. Love that kid.
Yeah.
Got him in journalism class, and he's doing a great job.
Awesome.
Good instincts. Shy kid, but great kid. And this had to be third quarter. Yeah, that's Kamari again, bouncing one. And then he just decides to hit this man for no reason at the 1 yard line.
He was like, someone touch me, please.
Kamari checking
He's
in.
like, someone please tackle me.
Yeah, Kamari had a grown man night. And this was a nice little tush push for Emiliano Santiago. Tush pushing in.
Big Mill.
Yeah, it was an
It was
absolute
a-
miserable first half. Let me tell you, it was not going well. We were not playing well, but the second half was a lot of fun and felt like the turning point with 2 very winnable games left on the regular season schedule. And then if we win, we don't even have to be Branchville. If we just beat Allendale, we'll be home in the first round of the playoffs. So
Nice.
looking good for the Canes. Ridgeland, I didn't have any highlights from them, but they won 30-0.
I'm really
over
excited
Allendale
to see
Fairfax.
Cress in the next couple of
And then
weeks.
Cress
That's
Langhouse.
JP2.
So having, watched now for a couple of weeks, just the highlights and stuff, um, Crest being the quarterback doesn't change a whole lot. I mean, they don't have quite as much of a deep threat, but you just saw that was a pretty good deep ball.
He can
Not
throw it.
maybe
He
not
can
maybe
definitely
Reed
throw it.
McCollum zip on it, but he can put
No,
it out there. And they got guys who will go get open and catch the ball and make plays with it.
this is his
Joey Howe,
problem.
Thomas
Th-
Gim.
This is the
Uh,
problem right there. That interception right there. That's the
yeah,
biggest issue I have with Chris. Is he's got the arm, he's got the
yeah.
legs, he can move the ball around, and he can do it well.
He
But
did
it's
reduce them
when,
though, right? I
yeah,
mean, he still
Yeah, he
threw
threw
three,
three
but
instead of
that's
five. Yeah,
right.
if they can get him to one a game,
Progress.
they're in good shape.
yeah, and
You know,
I think that's progress because I think he's now able to read
absolutely.
defenses better after doing this for maybe 2-3 weeks now. So
Right.
it definitely like he's definitely going to improve, and I think it could help Hilton Head
And they've
Christian.
got that too. They may not have a true run game, but they got that little shovel pass thing to the jet
Yeah,
sweep, and that thing is very effective.
And I have to correct myself. I'm going to do like a PTI error of omission or whatever that they always do. I actually officially found out today the pronunciation of the family's last name being Langhouse, despite the spelling. That always threw me off. And I heard you saying it that way, Max, and I'm thinking to myself, is that right? I
it is
talked to
right.
Jessica Jeremiah this
Langhouse.
morning, and
Well,
she said yes.
I told you that
Langhouse.
Langhouse was my head of school when I was there, so I would know. But hey,
The L just kind of gets lost in there.
it does.
House.
Right.
Yeah,
House. But anyway, HHCA rolled big 33-6. Colleton Prep taking on Patrick Henry, and it was the Cale Owens show. He is having a
Really impressed with that
tremendous
kid
junior
too.
season.
Good
He was
grief.
11 of 14 for 178 and 3 touchdowns, rushed for 115 and a score on 8 carries. They've won 6 straight and look like our best shot to be at Charleston Southern, I think. But we'll see. They're up 14-0 when they fire it back up in Walterboro on Friday against Buford Academy. So we'll see what BA brings to
Don't
the table.
count out BA just yet.
And I'm not at all. And if
Yeah.
they can somehow come back and win
Right.
that game, I'm not counting out Thomas Hayward to possibly knock off BA.
yeah.
I think anything can
It's
still
interesting.
happen. But the beauty is they get to play the games and we find
Wes
out.
is going to be at that
Cale Owens, man.
JPTH game this week,
Yep.
and that could be a lot of fun.
That is a very interesting matchup. Very. I would
If I
take the
didn't have to see the
under.
Sharks, I would definitely go to that game.
Take the
But I
under
got to
on
see May River.
the time the game ends or the total time of game because neither one of those
Correct.
teams is real eager to put it in the air if they don't have to. And that's your Loco film study
Tell you what,
for the
man.
week.
Cale Owens is a dog, dude. That
Having
dude
himself
can
a
do
year.
it all. He is so good, and I believe he's among the nation's leaders according to Max Preps in rushing yards and as a quarterback.
You know
Like
how I
he's
feel
been
about that.
absolutely outstanding. But I look at him. This Colin
I got
Prep
his
team,
numbers. He's got
Yeah.
1438 passing, 17 touchdowns, 5 picks. He's got
Dang.
591 rushing, 7 touchdowns. So he's having
Wow.
quite a year. And he did catch a pass for no yards. I'm guessing it got deflected and he caught it.
Yeah, who knows?
Or maybe it was a trick play and a throwback. Who knows?
That didn't really work. Yeah. The really solid Colin Prep team. I mean, I saw it from their game against Thomas Hayward a few weeks back when I was out at Ridgeland, and
Mhm.
I just really liked how they've been playing as of since. I mean, this team, I think you're right, Justin. I think this team, I think where they sit right now, I mean, you go into Friday's game, it's going to be a continuance. I don't remember how much time was left in that game.
It's just before halftime.
Yeah. So
Plenty of time. It's 14-0. I mean,
yeah, plenty
it's
of time
not
for
over by
BA to
any
make it a
stretch.
ball game, but I think with how Colin Prep's been playing, I like them a lot more right now than I do Beaufort Academy. Now, I'm not saying Beaufort Academy is a terrible team. They're a very fantastic looking team, but I think Colin Prep has played better over the last few weeks compared to Beaufort Academy, and
For sure.
I really like how Colin Prep's been able to do stuff on both sides of the ball. It's not even just the offense that's been doing great work. It's that defense. That defense
Yeah.
has been great against the run this season. especially against Tonio Banner when they were over in Ridgeland. They really held him down pretty easily, and it was pretty impressive to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
eager to see how Hayward fares against JP2 this week. That's a step up from the last two teams that they've beaten, and so
It's
it'll
an
be
interesting matchup, that's
it'll
for
be good
sure.
to see. I just want to see quite kind of where they are, if they're
Right.
really legitimately capable of knocking off BA and maybe making a run in the playoffs. Because I think they might be. Marcus, you talk about him all the time, but Dodge Peoples and Dawson Drew, and like they got some big,
They still
strong
have some
dudes,
dudes that
and those guys are proud,
that
man.
should
They've
be
got a proud tradition, and they're not going to just let it die.
right. Those
So
guys
I'm
are
not
like,
betting against them.
16, 17, going on about 40. I
Yeah,
mean, they're
they're
grown
they're from
freaking men.
the time when men were men. Like they look like
Yeah,
the Thomas Hayward players in
ju-
the '70s that looked
absolutely.
like they were 35 and had a family and a job. Like
Yeah,
those grown men.
as
That's what
Tim
they look
Allen once said, they like to drink their beer out of a bottle, eat their chili out of a can. Oh, oh,
I'll tell you
oh,
right
oh,
now.
oh.
I'll tell you right now.
Yeah,
Back in the
that's
day when
THA.
I'll tell you right now, back in the day when Hilton Head Christian and Thomas Hayward were one of the biggest rivalries in our area,
Oh
which
yeah.
to think it wasn't too long ago that was the case. It was always HGCA's biggest, biggest game in terms of just pure like how much energy we spent on that team. Just because of how well they played like a football team, and just because they had grown men, like really did.
Yeah.
And some of those times, I mean, we played them back in the day in the state championship game. We played them twice that year. I can't remember which year it was, back in the Tommy Lewis era. And it was always a battle between us and Thomas Hayward, and I think it'd still be to this day, to be honest, a battle between those two teams, just because Thomas Hayward's just one of those teams where they bring in some of these guys, and you're just like, where did these kids come from, man?
The
Because you're just
country.
looking at, yeah,
They came
Right.
from the country.
corn-fed
Uh,
boys,
And
corn-fed.
football is
un
life.
unwell known fun fact. So I talk a lot about the fact that I just celebrated my 12-year anniversary with WHHI, especially calling football. First game I did was October the 11th of 2013 between Beaufort and Bluffton. The Broad River Bowl,
Yep.
35-27, huge win for Beaufort at Beaufort. The next week, I called HHCATHA. What were you doing, Max, in 2013?
I would have been in middle school at the time, so I was probably
Okay.
at that game. So,
You probably
but yeah,
were.
it's funny because I mean, I wish it still was the rivalry that it used to be, because it was
Yeah.
always so much fun to watch those two teams go at it. Because for some reason, it always ended up being a closer game than either team would want it to be, and that's what made it so much fun and what was such a great rivalry. And I mean, there are times when both teams would get into fights mid-game because we both hated each other that much.
Oh yeah,
But
that wasn't the strongest era for THA 13.
no,
They're
it
kind of
wasn't.
down at that stage.
No, but
45-14, the win for
That's right.
HHCA
the
in that one.
2000,
Yep.
anywhere from that 2009 to 2011 era for THA was really strong, actually, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 2011 they played us for the state title, which we won in 2011, beating out Thomas Hayward
Y'all were
against.
the same classification.
We were in the same classification as they were. They were a 2A program, and so were we at that time, and that was at the time when
Wow.
skis only had 3 classifications.
Well, shoot, they did win the state championship that year. Oh no, first round. Never mind. First,
Yeah,
in 2013. Yeah. So that was early in the Shuford. That was the middle of the Shuford tenure,
Yep.
early-ish. He had gotten it turned around and had a state title appearance in 2012. Uh,
or maybe
yeah,
it was
there you go.
2012. It would have been
2012.
against Illinois Christian.
Christian beat him 29-22. Man, see,
Yeah,
that's in my
that was
blind
one of
spot
the
because
best.
I was out. I was at USCB from 12 to 16. That's my
Yeah,
blind spot. But
so yeah,
yeah. So I don't remember that one. That
definitely,
vividly.
definitely some corn-fed and barbecue-fed boys
Oh yeah.
out there at
Oh
Ridgeland,
yeah.
man.
Tough
Oh yeah,
kids. They
Corn
work
Yeah.
fed
hard.
and pork.
All right,
Yeah.
you boys want
A little
to
beef in there
this
too.
time of year? So let's take a look at the standings, the region standings, and start to get a feel. So obviously, Hilton Head and May River both 2-0 in the region going into this Friday's showdown
That
in
battle for
Nest,
first.
which should be great. If Hilton Head wins that, they'll just have Colleton and Beaufort left, and that would seem like they would be cruising toward a region title. If May River
And
wins it, then it throws chaos
yeah,
into the whole thing. May River would be in control of their destiny, but they'd still have to play Bluffton on Hallows Eve, All Hallows Eve.
Indeed.
Yeah, Dia de la Muerte. Is that the day before Halloween?
I think that's the Day of the Dead,
Yeah.
which
What day
I
is that?
think that's the equivalency to All Souls Day, which is November 2nd.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe.
yeah.
I'm thinking, or either Halloween or All
It's all
Souls
around
Day,
there.
which is November 2nd. Yeah.
All Hallows Eve. So is that what the day before Halloween is?
No, that is
No.
Halloween.
Oh, that is Halloween. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
All
we
Hallows
need a
Eve.
name for the day before
It's the
Halloween. Halloween Eve.
yeah. Halloween
My
Eve. There you
goodness,
go.
it is interesting
All right.
just to see that and see Bishop England sitting at the bottom
Sitting at
with an
0-2.
right there.
And they got
Yeah.
Beaufort at home this week, and I don't think that's an easy game for them. I think that's a tough matchup. I think Beaufort's defense keeps them in that game and gives them
Yeah.
a shot. So we'll see. But yeah, that's wild to think how much it's turned over. And that was a team that they had most everything back. I think our teams have just gotten better this year more than anything.
Well,
which is
the
kind of what I'm
funny is,
calling for.
I feel like every year there's some sort of chaos within this region. Even if there ends up being a clear winner, it's
Yeah,
that
'cause
second place
how
onward
it's
that you're just
stacked.
like, who's going to finish in second,
Right.
But I think right now it's almost like it's more so who's going to finish in first, because it will be even more so if May River beats Hilton Head on
Well,
Friday
yeah,
night.
the drama will be determined where the drama occurs will be determined Friday night. If Hilton Head wins, then one will probably be settled, and then the drama will be who's two, which will
Right.
settle on October 30th. If May River wins, then the drama becomes who's one, because
Yeah.
it's all up in the air. And then if Bluffton beats May River, you got a three-way tie situation. Bluffton still has to play Bishop England too. So we'll see how it all
Gonna be
shakes out.
But
real interesting.
the thing going for
looking
Bluffton
fun
in
in that
that game,
region.
the thing going for Bluffton in that game is it is a home game for them at home against Bishop England. They have to travel down to Bluffton again
Right.
to take on the Bobcats.
Right.
So very interesting situation that could have unfold on Friday if May River does beat Hilton Head. So very interesting.
Correct. Yep. Gonna be fun down the stretch there. Over here, not looking so hot for Battery Creek.
Yeah, we can
clearly.
move on. We can move on from that
Yeah,
one.
not looking great. Oceanside looking good. Orangeburg did beat they beat Hanahan 18-12.
Man, they're 7-0. I didn't even
so-
realize that.
Yeah, they're solid. They haven't
They have
played the
impressive.
most difficult schedule, but they're solid. I think they're in the top 10 now. A new one comes
Yeah,
out
I'm sure they
tomorrow.
are.
Hampton is
Yeah,
rolling
we know where that
everybody.
one's going to sit.
Whale Branch got a huge win on Friday. The final
Big win.
score was 28-24. There was some confusion about that. But the final score was 28-24 Whale Branch. That's a big win for them. They have Lake Marion this week for homecoming. They got the SC State band in the house. Should be a good party. And I like their chances. And if they win that, then they're a win against Barnwell away from a runner-up finish, which they would have signed up for that in a heartbeat.
I
Losing
would,
with Hampton
yeah.
County. And I think it's in play for them. So we'll see if they
I think
can
we
keep that
sat at the
streak
beginning
alive
of the year.
Friday.
I think we were sitting at the beginning of the year, did not think Whale Branch could have a chance at finishing runner up in that region.
No, I was hoping they would beat somebody and make the playoffs. I mean, that's kind of what I was hoping for them. Maybe they'd win 2 in the region, but I didn't see. And they haven't done it yet. So let's
Right,
not
but
count
I
them yet.
mean,
But
I didn't.
it's trending
I
in the
would
right direction.
if we were like thinking at this point in the season when we were sitting, given our
they're way ahead of
preseason
where I thought they'd be.
previews, we were all thinking there's no way they would be sitting where they are right now as a program.
They've
just
answered
because
a
we
lot
all
of questions.
Yeah, they
Thanks for
have.
love.
They really
Sure
have.
Here you go. This is funky. Ridgeland's sitting at the top. Bamberg, the #1 team in the state, but they've only played one region game, so they're only 1-0. So
Wow.
statistically speaking, they're in second place to Ridgeland.
Yeah, not for
But
long.
de facto region championship game Friday night at Bamberg, and we'll decide that one once and for all. And I love Ridgeland. I love what they've been doing, but I just can't see them standing
not a
up to what
chance.
Bamberg
Sorry.
brings to the table.
Yeah, no.
So we'll
No,
see
no.
we'll see how they hold up on the road. But Hardyville now in the middle of it, and they've got Allendale left, which is 0-7 at this point. So Hardyville should finish at 2-2 in the
Right.
region in third place, and that would be a home playoff game in the first round. A couple other scheduling notes. I don't know if there were any up here. All right, so it was just the May River Bluffton game, October
mentioned that on the
30th. We knew
30th.
about that one. Hanahan Battery Creek also going to be played on the 30th. And then
A little treat before your trick or treat.
Branchville at Hardyville. Homecoming for Hardyville will be Saturday at 6 p.m. So
Really?
so we'll have Saturday night football
That's
in the
interesting.
Loco.
That's very interesting.
Yep.
I don't know what
And
I think
then-
about that.
I like it. Well, we're playing the Little League games there during the day, and then it's a big all-day affair.
Oh, I might have to get out there, man. I might have to.
Yeah, gonna be
find
good.
a way to get
Gonna be
out
good
there.
time.
Like a Hardyville carnival,
And allow people to
be-
come back, from out
Yeah.
of town.
which
and
is
stuff.
what we talked about with Hilton Head Prep, hosting homecoming and whatnot. It's like part football game, part carnival, especially
Absolutely.
with our nice
Yeah.
perch
Well,
there.
a lot of the
Hilton Head
Skeeza
Prep
games kind of
home
have
games.
those vibes.
As long
Go
as
to
the-
Carlton
as long as
Prep
the
and you'll
bright
find
lights
the
aren't
same
a
thing.
huge deal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of Hardyville Carnival, it was the festival on Main this weekend, the carnival
Okay.
downtown. So I know the kids were excited. All right, shifting over to Skeeza. We have not seen Pinewood JP2 yet, but that will be a really tough task for the Golden Warriors. But who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows? And then JP2 HHCA coming up in a couple of weeks on
County
WHHI,
Bowl.
and that is going to be
Check it out.
a
It's gonna be
very interesting affair. Should be very interesting. First
Yep.
Baptist struggling, but also another scheduling note: JP2's game at Pinewood will be on the 30th. There you go. In the 2A region, Hilton Head Prep 0-2, but they get to play Dillon Christian and St. John's Christian for their last two region games, and we kind of we're bullish on their chances in those two games. So that would be huge if they could finish third in that region. If they can just get one win, they should earn a playoff spot. Maybe. I don't know how Skeeza does things, honestly.
Yeah, no one
Who does?
I don't. Scheduling notes: Hilton Head Prep will make up its game against Dillon Christian on a Tuesday, October 21st.
That's the one I saw that was weird.
What?
Right?
Oh,
'Cause
that's
I
so
printed this stuff
weird.
out earlier at the station. I'm like, what? The 21st?
Yep.
Ladies and
October
gentlemen,
the
get ready for
21st.
Tuesday night football, huh?
That's next week.
So
Yep.
weird. That is so
So
weird.
they're going to have to play St. John's Christian on Friday and then turn around and play Dillon Christian
on
on Tuesday.
Who
Tough
came up
situation.
with
Quick
that?
turnaround.
Tough situation.
Who came up with that? Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
I don't understand why it's not on the 24th, unless it was entered incorrectly. But that's what's in Max Preps.
Yeah.
I thought it would be
honestly.
on the 24th because it doesn't look like either team has a game scheduled then. Perhaps it was entered
That's
correctly.
just
We shall
stupid.
hope so.
It could have been entered incorrectly. Max Preps has a tendency to have incorrect information.
Well, I mean, it is whatever. It's kind of like Wikipedia. It is whatever
Right.
people put into it.
Yeah.
but
Correct. And
sometimes
that's
mistakes
what I'm
get
alluding
made.
to.
Yeah. And if a team doesn't put anything in there, there's just nothing in there.
This is an interesting region.
Which is why national stat rankings based on Max Preps are pointless because it's incomplete sample size. But anyway, Colleton Prep in command in this region, but they've still got to finish off BA. That's the only task left for them. They're up 14-0, nearing halftime kick off again Friday night. It's just the craziest situation. BA still got work to do. They got Thomas Hayward still. THA all of a sudden started out 0-3, then they win 2 region games, and you're like, oh, hey,
Yep.
they could make
Thomas
some noise
Hayward.
here. And then Patrick Henry and Andrew Jackson, they're going to do battle down the road here on All Hallows Eve, and that will probably determine who gets in the playoffs and gets to go play a 1 seed.
Might be a little bit early to ask this, but where are you leaning towards heading to, Max, this week?
I'm gonna head out to Beaufort Academy
WHH,
for
that
that
doesn't
game because I just
You mean to Colleton Prep?
it is at Colleton Prep. Yeah, then
Yes,
I'll be
sir.
heading out to Walterboro. Make
The
my trip
Borough.
out there. And probably I think I'm gonna head home after that one because I'd like to have an earlier night for once on a Friday, and get home and possibly run the show from home if need be, on Friday night, being that it is only half a football game that's going to be played up in Walterboro. So yeah, I think that's the plan, to head up to Walterboro
Alright.
and watch those two teams battle it out, and then take the trip back home.
There you go. There you go. And I mean, you'll pass a couple games on your way home, so if you get the itch, you can always pull off at Gardens Corner and go check on Whale Branch, or come on to let's see who else we got on Friday. Lottie Dottie. Who we got on Friday? We got a bunch. Got a bunch of good ones. Obviously, May River Hilton Head is the focus of my obsession this week, because I'll be
Mine
on
too.
the call. Beaufort at Bishop England, Bluffton at Colleton County. So you can pop over there too.
Yeah.
Hilton Head at May River, Battery Creek at Oceanside, Hampton County at Barnwell, Lake Marion at Whale Branch, Ridgeland at Bamberg, JP2 at Thomas Hayward. Wes is heading out there. St. John's Christian at Hilton Head Prep, little afternoon delight. Beaufort Academy at Colleton Prep, the suspended game. Calhoun and Patrick Henry, the Stricklander will be there for sure. And Jefferson Davis at Cross Schools. And you know that Jimmy will be at that Beaufort Bishop England game.
Memory serves, Jefferson Davis are the Raiders. Do I have that right?
They are.
They are.
Raiders.
About a third of that region is the Raiders.
Yeah, honestly.
And then Bamberg is the Red Raiders.
Yeah.
So, we got a lot of Raiders in our midst. Dorchester, also the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Yeah, lots of Raiders. Weird mascot when you think about it. Like, the Raiders, they were like thieves, right? Like, odd mascot.
Pirate.
Hey, we'll steal the football from you, boy.
Yeah, but like when you call yourself the Pirates, you evoke all the images of the pirate, not just the raiding and pillaging. But when you call yourself the Raiders, you're just focusing on the criminal aspects of
thievery. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, shout out to some of our other sponsors. We got Hudson Seafood House on the Docks, presenting sponsor of Under the Bus. We'll have a new episode for you tomorrow night, every Tuesday in the fall on the Loco Media Network. Shout out to Twingen Twombly, personal injury attorneys with the rare name and remarkable service over in Beaufort, and HHI Windows and Doors, Coach Barron, improving your view of the Loco. Reverence Wrestling Club's our official wrestling sponsor and presenting sponsor of the Loco Grind. And Jay's Barbershop is the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. Parting thoughts, gentlemen? Marcus Walsh?
Rest in peace, Diane Keaton.
Yes.
I tell you what, I've been a fan of hers for years, and you are not kidding, JJ. I saw that hit my phone, and I was like, wow. I've been talking about
I immediately
her
did a
with
Google
my,
News search to make
with my
sure it wasn't
colleagues
fake,
for
which is what we have to do
for years.
nowadays.
I did the same thing.
Yep.
And I was like, holy crap. She's starting so many great things. Something's got to give, obviously. Christmas with the Cranks with Tim Allen, who I just referenced a few minutes ago. So many great things that she was in, and a tremendous actress. Definitely had great chops. 79 years old. Not sure what she passed away from, but maybe she had a bout with cancer, I think I had heard. But just a treasure on screen of all sorts. Rest in peace, Diane Keaton. And oh, by the way, it's 21-14 Atlanta with
Yeah.
4:40 to go in
Hang
the
in
fourth
there,
quarter.
Falcons. Come on. Hang in there.
And
Hang
Good
Atlanta's
stuff.
on.
got the
Bears up
ball.
13-10.
They got the ball. I
Yep.
know.
Yep.
Woo.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they've been kind of quiet about the cause of death, which is interesting.
Yeah,
know.
I'm sure.
I mean,
it'll eventually.
it's not our business
Oh, it's not our business.
necessarily, but it's just curious that they haven't said anything about it.
Yeah.
But no, she was tremendous. Annie Hall, of course, was the seminal film, I guess. That was the
Yeah.
one that really put her on the map. She was in The Godfather, Father of the Bride. Trying to remember some of the
Right, she was
the
in
other
that.
ones. She was exceptional. She was, always courtside at the Lakers game. She had a cool sense of style that just kind of defied Hollywood. It was
Yeah.
funky and out of the box, and I adored her. I thought she was a great actress.
I got to
Seemed like
think
a
that
great person.
she, at the Lakers games, she was sitting next to her co-star, and
Jack,
something's got to
yeah.
give Jack Nicholson.
Always, which is a phenomenal
No
movie.
question. Oh,
It's
yeah.
just a phenomenal movie. Yeah, good stuff. R.I.P. Diane Keaton. Max Araj, what you got, buddy?
Well, he took my Falcons bit away, but I
Man, they're
did
trying to
see,
milk it.
obviously, something else came on my phone, and I think it came up on everyone's phone over the weekend with the unfortunate mass shooting that took place over at Willie's Bar and Grill out on St. Helena Island. Just
Yeah.
absolutely horrifying news that came up on my phone on Sunday, and I was just absolutely shocked and horrified by what had taken place, and hopefully some things will come to light soon. But my prayers and condolences to the families who lost a loved one, and for those who are still fighting in the hospitals right now for their lives because of this absolutely tragic and heinous act that has taken place on a late night or early morning, I guess, if whatever way you want to put it.
Right, 1
Out,
a.m. Yeah,
out on St. Helena Island. Just absolutely terrible. And, again, my prayers and condolences out to all the families who have been affected by this. Very, very
just awful.
tragic day for the city of Beaufort
Terrible.
and for the Beaufort County area.
It was
Yeah,
no
very
doubt the top headline in this area for sure. Bob Stevens led off with
It
it
was
with the
national news.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure who was doing the headlines for BCTV, whether it was Kevin or Matt or Chloe. They have somebody else that I can't think of off the top of my head that does headlines as well in a roving rotation of 4. But no doubt it was the top headline for them. It was national news in our area for sure. Yeah, something's got to change, and this is gonna sound a little bit. I don't want to say trivial, but I know that we all can't do everything, but
Right.
we all can do something.
Yep.
And I live my life every way, every day. I'm not a perfect person, never claimed to be, but I try to live my life every way, every day to help somebody. And
Right.
and I can
Yeah.
tell you for sure, kind of pigging back to how this show kind of started with me talking about Sam. She does the same thing, and we've been able to do that for each other. And I think if everybody just did that within their own community,
Yep.
no matter where you live,
Yeah.
this world would be completely different than what it is now. And here's
Yeah.
the thing, gentlemen, and folks that are watching right now, it's not that hard.
No.
Just say hi to somebody. You
Right.
never know by saying hello
To just be
to
kind.
somebody
Correct.
what that might do.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, and they preach in schools to say good morning because it's proven to have a positive psychological effect on people's behavior and mood when someone greets them and says good morning to them in the morning.
Yeah.
And when 20 people do it, it puts you in a good place. No, you're right. Our society's lost track of that. We're always noses in our phones. We try not to look at each other. We click the box for the DoorDash guy to leave the food outside the door. I mean, there's a disconnect. There's no question that there's a disconnect, and I can't help but think that that time during COVID helped really drive that wedge where we all kind of had to become so introspective that I think some people just kind of got stuck in that, and they don't see the world around them in the way that they did before, or that the way I think nobody sees the world around them in the way they did before the last however many years. We learn some things about ourselves and other people that we can't unlearn, and it's put a lot of people in a deep dark place. And we talk about mental health every time this happens, and certainly that's a big piece of it. We talk about sensible gun laws, and in my mind that's a big piece of it. I know that's complicated and sticky, but it's worked in other places, and it's worked here in the past to have certain restrictions on that one right. I don't understand why that one right is the only one that can't be restricted in any way whatsoever. Feels like we could do some things there to tighten it up a little bit. And I know it's out of hand. You can 3D print these guns, and like it's crazy. It's too many guns, too many. Anyone can get them, and the bad people. I don't know. I don't have an answer, but I know that the solution is not doing nothing. And the one element of this that I think never gets talked about is poverty. We talk about mental health, but we don't talk about the source of a lot of those mental health issues, and that is poverty. We have entirely
Yeah.
too many people in this country, in this county, living in extreme poverty and fighting for their lives and doing things that they shouldn't do to get by, that get them adjacent to things that they shouldn't be involved in, that lead to people shooting guns at each other. And we've got to address poverty in this country. Everything's linked to it. It's linked to education, it's linked to crime, it's linked to everything. We've got to find a way to eliminate the extreme poverty in a country where we have extreme wealth and the ability to eliminate it. I, I'm not an economist. I'm not a policymaker, so I don't have answers beyond that. But I know there are people who can find them, and we need to listen to them, and we need to address these things because it's bad out here, people. Like, it's truly where people are scared to go to community events because some idiot might start shooting. And that's horrifying. Like, that's not the country we want to live in. I don't see how anyone can make the argument that that's the country they want to live in. And
Yeah.
so something has to give. It's terrible. There was a Battery Creek alumni group there, like,
Yeah, they were doing a whole
It
reunion
was
and
it was
stuff. It
set it was
just
set for
awful.
them. It was
right.
their
Yeah,
event.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
Just
Unbelievable.
terrible.
awful. And
Just
I've seen
absolutely
Mr.
awful.
Willie Terrell, who owns Willie's. I've seen him, his posts and him speaking at past county meetings and things. And this is a man who was trying to build something. His business was a gathering place for people on St. Helena, something to do. And he was up preaching to the county council about, we got to give people something to do around here so that they don't get involved in this stuff, and warning about gun violence and children. And it's sad that he was prophetic and it happened at his doorstep. And now there's people talking about shutting his business down when it doesn't seem to me that it had anything to do with his business. But I don't know, man. It's a wild time. It's scary. The fact that we don't have more answers yet is disturbing. And I hope that this is the worst that it gets for us. I mean, You say it hits close to home. Well, yeah, this is really close. Some people were directly impacted. We're all going to be a little traumatized by it, but is this the worst it's going to get, or is there going to be something worse than this? And that's what we have to ask ourselves if we're okay with not knowing the answer to that question. And I mean, as many people have said a million times, if we didn't fix it after Sandy Hook, I don't see what worse could happen than that. But here we are. It's just how long are we going to accept it?
Since the Sandy Hook incident, the Sandy Hook elementary
Since
shooting.
before then, since
And even before that,
Columbine in '99.
Columbine.
Yeah.
It's been 26 years. We
Two,
haven't done anything.
two of the three of us remember that.
It has been said my entire life that something needs to change. And here we are almost 25 years into my life, and I don't think anything's really changed at all.
I mean,
and it's just sad. It's just
it already was important to me as a cause, but then the first time I had to sit through a lockdown drill in school and you weren't sure if it was a drill or not was just made me sick
it's
to my
horrifying.
stomach. It's so scary, and
it's
I
horrifying.
just can't believe that our kids have to live like this. But anyway, all right. Who's got a happy parting thought? Kevin Libby never joined us, but I do have a little clip of him.
I got a happy one
with the dolphin, which was my favorite sideline interview ever.
He was talking with the dolphin. I happened to see him, doing that. So I said, "Oh gosh, he's talking to the dolphin. I think he's getting tips of how to become the next or the inaugural WHHI mascot."
And then he gets the dolphin to do the worm.
Yes, it was great. I called him,
that's more of the dolphin than the worm. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah,
not really the worm.
And I will say this: if Kevin does want to be the inaugural WHHI mascot, he's got competition here in this house, and it's not me.
Oh, the Funky Bunch.
The Funky Bunch is
would be
very
an
interesting.
Exceptional mascot.
She really would.
I'm just gonna say this right now, just because he's a weird, unusual individual. He's got my vote every day for.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the Funky Bunch.
Kevin's got competition to be the WHHI mascot.
I'm kind of on the Funky Bunch.
You would do that.
I think Funky Bunch under
the
cloak of anonymity. Funky Bunch under the cloak of anonymity would be great. Kevin doesn't need the cloak of anonymity. He has no shame.
I'll be the ball of yarn.
The ball of yarn.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's
self-knitting. The self-knitting ball of yarn.
Yes, indeed.
All right, boys. Well, we got the Falcons close to closing it out. 24-14, 137 to play. Bears on top 16-10, but Washington driving, 4:30 left in the third quarter. And the Doyers lead the Brewers 1-0. I can't see what inning it is because my vision's going. Even with my glasses, it's deteriorating quickly. But these baseball games go fast nowadays.
And Jeff Riley gave the Hilton Head Prep chocolate chip cookie a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
It did look good.
He's going to be doing more of that, I believe, for our final two games.
I thought that was really good
until
I saw him rate a bunch of other things, and I realized how easy it is to get a 10 over here.
Yeah, earlier.
This podcast got a 10. Gina Montford got a 10 for best interim AD. WHHI TV got a 10.
That'd be a great segment.
JJ got a 10. Max got a 10. Marcus got a 10. Coach Gardner got a 10.
I am a 10.
Alan Wolf got a 10. Mr. Rayleigh got a 10.
I am a 10.
So the cookie fell a little short of the Rayleigh standard.
I am a 10.
the Riley standard.
Some might say I'm an 11.
The Riley standard. That's what we're saying. You're an 11?
Some might just say I'm an 11, But if that's not the case, I'm definitely a 10. I'm just saying.
We're all 10s, boys. The Russian judge did not weigh in. But all right. Well, we'll leave it at that. That was a great turnaround there from a little heavy topic to getting back
Yeah.
to our lighthearted
Yeah.
roots. But thanks so much to all of our sponsors, especially the OGs, Mickelson Law Firm, and our partners in local sports, WHHI TV, our all-star sponsors. Thanks to everyone who showed up to listen or watch tonight. We appreciate you. And if you're watching on demand, join us live next time. It's more fun when you don't know what we're going to do. But we'll see you on Wednesday night, I'm thinking, because tomorrow night we've got the
UTB.
Under the Bus. So it'll be a full slate tomorrow night. We'll be back. We'll plan for a Wednesday night show this week, I do believe, and we'll see if we can get some folks to join us. So for Marcus Walsh and Max Araj, I'm Justin Jarrett. Wes Kerr will be back with us on Wednesday for the Loco Sports Lowdown. Till then, go Loco.